Attitude. The word has become a descriptive, even a diagnostic term. We are painfully conscious of someone who has attitude, but attitude also has a spiritual significance. Attitude makes the difference between a disciple and a dilettante. The dilettante cultivates an interest in something as a pastime or a hobby. He dabbles in it rather superficially. Quite the opposite of the dilettante, the disciple is the one who studies something rigorously, is never content with the knowledge alone until that knowledge is united with experience and then is tried and tested. There's a TV documentary about the Statue of Liberty. When the monument needed to be repaired and restored, artists and artisans and engineers took the statue apart piece by piece. Every day they marveled how the original workers must have understood their own craft. Their admiration grew because they understood just how difficult the original tasks were. They could appreciate the spirit that guided the original artisans as they solved problem after problem and overcame seemingly unending challenges. The restorers revealed their own considerable power as they gave themselves over to the tasks and challenges of restoring the great monument. They themselves became living icons of their own vocation, their calling, with their discipline and their skill, all in service to those whose hands preceded their own. Our life together in the church calls us to a similar kind of practice. We see it most often when we gather together. We gather not only to sharpen our craft, but also to discern the call we inherited from our parents and grandparents, and even from the saints of old. Like the truly disciplined artist and craftsman, we come not to exert our power of this world or to bend it to our wills, but to turn this world over and over in our hands in order to see the many different ways in which God brings beauty and mystery to life within it. To be a disciple, a follower of Jesus, we seek not to master the world, but to place ourselves in its service as children of God. We do not seek to shape the world to our own liking or build it on our own image, but to practice looking at it in a new way, in a godly way. It is a hard thing to see the world as God sees it. It is difficult to put aside our own powers and desires and to take up the task that God has given us. Yet Jesus invites all those whose work is hard and whose labor is heavy to a sort of weird notion of relief. He does not say that we will never have to work or bear burdens of any sort. He never tells us that we will shed what makes us weary. He does promise, however, that if we follow in His way, the way of love, our attitudes will change. And that is what can change the world.